Hi, it's Angel Shaver, Stampin Up Independent Demonstrator from Kansas, and today we are working on the summer card from the Sheltering Tree stamp set. And there is some interesting technique on here that we are going to work on. And I hope I have my camera set up so you can see it well. So we're actually just going to go ahead and get started. This is what we will be making. I just realized I didn't get my ink out, so let me do that real quick. I always forget something. I've been cleaning, and apparently I've been putting things in a precarious position. I'll get to those later. Okay, this card requires a lot of different ink colors, but I think I've got them all now. I'm going to show you what we'll work with. First of all, I have cut a piece of the Tranquil Tide cardstock hamburger style, which is 5.5 by 8.5. And when I fold this and use my bone folder to crease the edges, we have a card base that is 5.5 by 4.25. And I have cut a piece of Whisper White that we will be putting in the inside for the card interior, and it is 5.25 by 4 inches. Put it aside for now because that's what we'll be doing our fun technique on. I also have a Whisper White square that we'll be building our scene with our summer tree, and it's 3.5 inches square. And finally, I have a piece of the Tranquil Texture DSP that is cut at, I almost forgot what I cut it at. It's 2 inches by 4.25. So we'll be gluing that on our card front right now. Then we'll be setting aside, well, look at that, it's too short. I have another piece cut that I'll just go ahead and get. Silly me. And get it trimmed up. This is already 2 inches, but I will get it trimmed up to 4.25. And then that is what we will be gluing on the card front. Alright, then we will set the card base aside for now and do some stamping on the Whisper White pieces. Trying to see if this is in the right place that you're going to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, first we will stamp the tree itself, and I'm using soft suede. Get it inked up and lined up where I want it, and then stamp it. That didn't come out very good, so we will do it on the other side. That's the bonus of having two sides to your paper. You can just try it again. Make sure I get all of it and peel it off. There we go. It's a little crooked on there, but a little off center, but we are going to make that work out well. I'm actually going to end up with my bicycle on the opposite side of where I plant. And I'm taking my chamois and just washing off my tree in the block, because I'm going to need to stamp some leaves on the tree. So I will get the leaf stamp. Now, I learned a little something while I was doing this that you all may know. But the way this stamp is set up, if you line up this one little leaf that's alone on the trunk of the tree, then your leaves will line up. And we will be using mint macaron, pear pizzazz, and lemon lime twist. So I think I'll start with mint macaron. Just so you don't forget, the end of January, January 31st, is the last day to sign up for a paper share. And it is also the last day if you want to sign up for one of my stamp clubs. And if you want to read more about that, head on over to my blog at angelstamps1.stampinup.com. Keep it hitting my desk, but I'm cleaning these off on my lap. Alright. I think I'm finished with pear pizzazz, so I'm going to go ahead and close that up. Or, that was mint macaron. Now I'm going to grab pear pizzazz. We did the same thing. We're just going to get the leaves all inked up, line up the leaf on the tree trunk, and there we have an additional color. And we're going to do it one more time. Because it's summer in this scene, so we will be having a pretty full tree. And we're using lemon lime twist. line it up, but angle it a little bit. There we have it. Get that cleaned off. I'm going to leave the lemon lime twist open for a second because we will be making some grass in the lemon lime twist color. Just going to stamp all the way across the card. Okay, I'm going to close up the lemon lime twist, but we are going to stamp some grass in another color. So I'm getting out Tranquil Tide. Just going to add some of that throughout this grass. You can use whichever colors of green, as much, as little as you like, to make your scenery. Okay, I'm going to close that up, and we are going to put our swing in the tree using the soft suede again. And I'm going to stamp it off because I want the swing a little bit lighter than my tree trunk. And I'm going to put it on that side this time. And then finally, we'll be putting on the bicycle. And the bicycle in this stamp set is a 2-step stamp. I'm trying to just see if you can see what in the world I'm doing. Kind of. So I will start with the Tuxedo Black, which will also do the wheels and the handlebar, and the bike seat will be in Tuxedo Black. And then I will be using this stamp is the frame of the bike, and we are going to be using Highland Heather for this bicycle. Trying to figure out, that's the great thing about these photopolymer stamps, is you can see through them, get it all lined up, and stamp. And there we have the bike frame. And that is our scene our summer scene that we will be putting on the front of the card. But first, we are going to do a fun technique. Now, I got a little crazy with my cleaning up just before we filmed, and so I put away something that we are going to need. What we're doing is called the mirror technique, and it's amazing. This is an awesome use with your Stamparatus. If you don't already have one of these, make sure you get in contact with me and I will get you all set up to get one. This is going to be a little more challenging because this is a two-step stamping process. So, let's see if I remember how to do this. The first thing we're going to do make sure you can see what I'm doing. Okay, we're going to line up the bike where we want it. Down toward the bottom of the card. I think I'm actually going to use my Stamparatus grid paper, and we're going to hope this helps me. Then, grab the bike, we ink it up. Make sure you use one of your magnets because the photopolymer stamps like to stick. Then we'll ink it up and stamp it. Okay, it's stamped. 3.5. Alright. Now we're going to want to be stamping this on the other side. And in order to do that, we are going to set down the piece of silicone and this is where the fun part comes in. I'm going to put it at about 4. Okay. Now we're going to ink up the bicycle again. I got it all over my hand. That's all good. Making you sick, I'm sure. Okay. Stamp directly on silicone. And then we're going to flip this over. And hopefully we're putting it in the right place. We'll find out in a minute. Because we are going to stamp again. And this should pick up the image on the silicone if I did it right. I did not do it right. So never mind about that. Let's try again. did do this before, so I do have practice with doing this, but I didn't do appropriately. Okay, so clean everything up, and I will cut another card interior, and we'll do it again. It's okay to make mistakes and keep trying over and over. That's how you are ever going to learn something new. Alright, so here we go. Let's get rid of my silicone mat and get my bicycle, put it where I want it. Gonna already have to flip my paper over because I've left a gorgeous ink spot. Okay, that's where I'm gonna want the first one. I'm going to ink up my bicycle. Alright, so there we have my first bike. And now I put down my silicone mat. We're just gonna try something silly. Leave it in the same place and see what happens. There I go. Stamp it right there. Now, I'm going to kind of try to look as I set this down, that I'm setting it where I want it. And then I'm going to pick up the reverse image. Let's see if this one worked. Yes, that is what I was looking for. The mirror image. Two bicycles facing each other. Alright. And let's put the cap back on the black ink. And this is where life gets interesting, because the mirror image is a lot of fun. But until I tried this bicycle card, I had never tried it a two-step. So now we are going to add the colored bike frame, which is going to be interesting. Trying to figure out what I did with that stamp. Here it is. Okay. And we will be doing the Highland Heather for one of the bikes, but then the other one will be Pear Pizzazz. And so I line this up. I'm going to grab it with my Stamparatus plate and ink it up in the Highland Heather. there we have it. Then I'm going to clean all that off and get ready to stamp the other one. With the Pear Pizzazz. I don't know about you, but I did not have the same color bike as my friends. And so, to me, it's not as realistic that they would have two of the same color bike, meaning they should be a little bit different. So here we go. Stamp it on there. And then we'll see if I can line this up. This is the trick. We'll see what happens. I think it's not going to be exact. It is not exact. So, we're just going to stamp it up and try it again. We're going to have an interesting bike in the middle. I don't recommend doing a lot of two-step stamping this way. It's very, very interesting. That's not right either. That's not right either. Can you hear my dog down there digging up my trash? I wonder if he's finding anything good. This is the time-consuming part of the process. I keep changing it too much. Alright, we'll try it there. Some interesting angles in the bike, that's for sure. Huh. Interesting angles in that bike. Okay. Clean this up and then we will finish putting our card together. Okay. Going to take our card front and we are going to put Friendship, it says Sheltering Tree, down here at the bottom of the card front in tuxedo black. Oops. I'm just throwing that black ink pad all over the place. Alright. Friendship is a Sheltering Tree. I'll put the lid back on there and close up my pair of pizzazz before I throw ink anywhere else in this room. Alright. And now all we have left to do is put our card together. And I will be putting my card inside with all the interesting angles on my one bicycle. Just be gluing that right here. And then we will be using dimensionals to pop up our scene, our summer scene. Alright, make sure the tree is right side up. And have it above the saying. And there we have it, our summer card using the Sheltering Tree stamp set. Friendship is a Sheltering Tree. Make sure you come back next week and watch as we make our fall card with this stamp set. And then there is a 5th Thursday this month, so we will be doing some kind of new card fold or technique. You don't want to miss that. And I will see you all next week.